Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel Chanelly767. On this episode of Makeup Artist Advisory by Chanelly767, we are going to learn how to cut your crease. And just a few disclaimer, everything that I mention is my personal experience, just to share to you, especially if you're an upcoming makeup artist trying to get from point A to success. Alright, so I am back already filling my brows, and if you want to see a brow tutorial, just hit the time card on top. It will take you direct to the video where I go in depth on how to fill in your brows. Now, there are different ways that you can cut your crease. There are so many ways to cut your crease, but I'm just going to show you how I cut my crease when I'm doing an eyeshadow application. Now, some makeup artists cut their crease using a makeup wipes, just using this wipe to cut the crease area. Some people, they use baby wipes to cut the crease. Some, they use Vaseline with a napkin to cut their crease. Some, like me, I use a concealer. It could be a concealer, or it could be an eyeshadow primer, or it could be like a white base concealer, whichever one. That's what I use to cut my crease. Now, I understand when makeup artists use wipes or baby wipes or Vaseline to cut the crease. Never use your concealer to cut your crease. The eyeshadow that you have under it, you can see through the concealer. So it makes perfect sense to use a wipe to cut your crease, and I all for that. Or you can just use a regular concealer by itself and cut your crease. So I'm going to show you two ways you can cut your crease using eyeshadow and base. And the eyeshadow I have on right now, I use the MAC palette. And in the crease area, I'm just telling you in case that you have this palette, in the crease area I have this eyeshadow right there. And then at the outer I have this eyeshadow, and that's all I do, right? So now I'm going to cut my crease, and I'm going to use a concealer base. And there are two different techniques of cutting your crease. Some, they like to pack in the tip of the brush, they like to pack in the concealer, and some, they like to drag the concealer to make the cut crease. Now I'm going to show you two ways. Okay, so I'm taking concealer with a flat top brush. Once again, you can use any brush. You can use a flat top brush, or you can just use an angle brush like so, or the angle brush itself to cut your crease. Okay, now I am trying to find a way to do this one. Okay, so I'm going to use this mirror and come up close. All right, let's go. So I'm going to start off with packing in the concealer. Right, and then you go again. Right, and then you pat in the rest of the concealer. Alright, so that is one way to cut your crease. Now I'm going to set that concealer because I don't want it to crease on me, okay? I am going to take this red, the shimmering red eyeshadow, and this one is, trying to get the name, Flamboyant, and I'm going to start, you see, it's starting to crease on me from here, and to go all over that. And then I'm just tapping in the eyeshadow all over where I apply the concealer. Alright, so that is how you cut your crease. So you tap in the concealer, and then where that have the extra space, you fill it in, and then you drag down the concealer, right? And then you use a setting powder to set the concealer, or sometimes you can just go straight into using the eyeshadow, like what I do. I just go straight to using eyeshadow, but that's not only the eyeshadow I'm going to use. I'm going to use a glitter on top of that, and you must set that because you do not want it to crease on you, right? That is one way, right? So there's another way. It's almost the same thing, but instead of tapping in the concealer, they drag it. So I'm going to show you that way. Tilt your brush to the side and make sure you have that curve that you want, right? In the inner, bend your head. I'm showing you how I do. Bend your head. Right, and then you're tapping the rest of the concealer. And then drag again. Make sure alright, good. Make sure they're even. Step back, drag again. And tap in. Okay, right? Then I'm going with that eyeshadow again quickly so it won't crease on me. and that is how I cut my crease. So I'm gonna finish this look and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, that is the final look that I created. I hope that this video was super helpful. Until the next time on Makeup Artist Advisory by Chanelly 767.